I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I trust in you, I put my trust in love. I put my trust in you, and I trust in our love. I put my trust in you, I put my trust in love.
Hello friends, my name is Dane Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain, and we are, of course, each and every week, every second, every day, every breath you take, we're your fuck buddies.
We are a dating and sex advice podcast where we take your sticky, sexy situations and turn them into sexy, sticky situations.
Boom. Welcome back. You know what's really cool?
Ice.
Yeah. But also, everyone listening. Just
Yeah.
think about it on the
hell
way
yeah.
here. It's really cool. So thanks, guys.
It is. It's always nice when, like, someone, I don't know, someone's just like, hey, your episode was good. I was like, oh, I had no idea that you listened.
Yeah. No, it's really nice, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I feel like, I know we say it occasionally, but I don't know if I say it enough. So thanks, guys.
You guys are the best. And I think this might be an episode that has, like, one of the most
Amount of user-submitted questions.
user-submitted questions.
Yeah. We got a lot, and I love it.
Why does this whiskey taste different every week?
Do
you find that?
It's so bad that it continues to age.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the update because there was an update to McAvoy's Cumbox.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
After we recorded last week, as soon as we stopped, and I was like, "Oh, there's
I
an
just
update.
realized there was an update. Okay, I found it here.
And then he didn't tell me. He
Okay.
made me wait, and then I forgot about it.
So, man, we should skip a week and get people to message in and say what they think.
No, I need to know.
Okay. So this is by the person. Well, I feel a lot better. Definitely wasn't as big a deal as I thought it would be.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I went to her. Okay, what do you think happened?
I don't know. I can't possibly think of a scenario where this isn't absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah. Do you think him feeling
Okay,
better
so hold
and-
on. Let's just in case this is like your first episode and you're just kind of jumping in.
Oh, yeah.
Last week we had a question about a guy who found his girl a Tupperware container filled with his old condoms.
Yeah. Well, what we're assuming were his.
Yes.
Which it was under the sink.
Yeah, it was
They
under
need
the
some
sink,
towels,
hidden.
down on somewhere. But she was basically hoarding his used condoms, which pretty sure we can all agree is kind of weird. Anyway, so do you think it's gonna be not a big deal?
No, I don't think there's a single goddamn thing that could happen here that this isn't fucking crazy.
Okay. I went to her place after class and we watched some Game of Thrones. I told her I had something serious to ask her. She looked scared, like she thought I was going to ask to take a break, which made me feel bad, but made my actual question easier to ask. I cut straight to the chase and asked, why is there a Tupperware container filled with used condoms in your bathroom? She took a few seconds to process and then kind of laughed and said, I promise it's nothing bad, but it might be better if you don't know for another month or so. Which made me feel way better. Why?
What?
Why would that make you feel way better?
What?
That would make me a double terrified.
Yeah.
But I told her I needed to know at least a vague idea of their purpose. It actually is pretty funny. I would not be okay with a vague idea. But anyway, so she's on a sports team that's kind of rowdy. The team has a fierce rivalry with another team at a college in the same town. The other team stole something from them recently, so her team has been thinking of a way to get back at them. They settled on the idea to hoard condoms and dump them on or in something that belongs to the other team. They're not sure what'll be easier to do, their house, their car, their backpacks, or something else, like coat pockets. So all the girls have been hoarding for 3 weeks now, and they plan on striking soon. She doesn't want to tell me because she didn't want me to be an accomplice. I love a good prank war, though, so I approve. I'm slightly worried my DNA is going to be mysteriously found at a crime scene this summer, but I can't imagine things going that far. Lesson learned is always ask your partner before jumping to conclusions. Although this might get me framed for rape, so I don't feel too... Or, although me posting this on Reddit might save my ass if I get framed for rape, so I don't feel too bad about my decision. Ha ha ha. Also, the person who said she's keeping them because she has a fetish for swallowing huge loads at a time, God bless you.
No.
No, this is not a...
Just a straight no on everything that he just said.
That's not okay. That's fucked. Firstly, I think the only sane part is that she didn't want him to know so that he couldn't be linked to the crime. But now he's posted up online knowing that he has willingly... Because, that's a pretty gross, bodily fluid to just put on someone else's possession.
Well, this thing is
I'm pretty sure that's a pretty big... That's probably a sexual crime of some degree, right?
most likely. Also,
I can't just run up and smear you in cum or blood or piss. that's not okay.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're posting publicly online, which again, not going to be very hard to track down. It's also got a lot of likes. It's top of Reddit right now. You're complicit to a crime.
Also, like, there could be diseases in there.
Yeah,
Like, we don't know how clean you are.
And it's not just you. It's a whole girl's worth of fucking... A whole room of girls worth of...
A whole fucking sports team full of girls.
Also, like, you could get the exact same effect by just putting fucking shampoo in a condom.
Yeah.
And then you're not getting in sexual assault territory.
Yeah. I mean, like, anyone who looks at a condom filled with conditioner is going to be like, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, my God.
This is not okay, buddy. Advice. Don't let her do this. Recommend the old soap in a condom trick, which even then...
Advice to anyone. Don't use fucking semen as a prank.
Yeah.
Don't
Especially
use
not yours.
Any bodily fluid as a prank.
Yeah. Like...
Because all it literally takes... I don't want to walk that line of assuming that sexual assault is fake and all that shit, and rape is fake, and like any false accusations. But like all it takes is one of these girls. Like I'm assuming the sports team is also women because they're playing each other.
Yeah.
They have a rivalry. Like all it takes is one of them to be like, "Cool, let's fuck over all of these guys."
Yeah, and be like, "Hey, here's proof."
Yeah.
Of anything. Yeah, no, it's just a bad call. Also, it's kind of disgusting.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Like I don't
Not
want
kind
like,
of. It's 100%. Balls in, disgusting.
I don't want like a pick and mix of randos cum just like drenching my car. Someone has to clean that, and it probably won't be these girls. Think of poor fucking Jim working down at the car wash.
Yeah.
Like, no. Poor Jim's gonna get jizzed.
Yeah.
Multi-jizzed.
Multi-jizzed. Ugh,
No, just...
fucking hell.
And don't be cool. Like... this dude is fucked.
And this is like kind of why I hate when people are like, guys are disgusting, guys. It's like, really? Like,
Everyone's disgusting.
everyone is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, humans are disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's also, apparently there's someone, like, did comment on it, being like, no, legitimately, like, we did some kind of, like, hazing prank similar to this, and I now have a sexual offenders record and went to jail. Like, you think it's funny, but, like, it's literally a serious thing, so this is your warning, like, I swear to God. So, like, yeah.
I mean, something
James
tells me
McAvoy, you dirty boy.
I know. Something tells me these people are not the kind of people who will put common sense to use here, unfortunately.
Yeah, because, again, there's a way easier way to do this, and it was not hoarding condoms. And also, like, it's not even just semen, it's old semen now. It's fermenting semen. Because it's not even in the fridge, it's just under your warm-ass sink. Like, no.
All right.
Anyway.
Speaking of common sense, let's get some questions going here.
We do our first user-submitted question.
Yeah.
All right, you got it there?
I do have it. Yeah, I got it open.
We all got it.
Who's reading it?
Do you want me to read it? I can read it.
Yeah, you read it.
I'll read it. We need an agent name. Agent High Rise.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Agent High Rise says, I just had to finally block a guy because we'd gone a few dates, he completely ghosted me, but would continue viewing every Snap story, liking Insta posts, and occasionally commenting on them, saying something like, how sexy I look. Would he respond to a text? No way. What was the purpose of explicitly orbiting, especially if they ended things in the first place? It's one thing to creep on someone's profile, it's another to let them know you're paying attention. Like, I can see you've looked at my Snap stories, etc., or more, so you comment chat back to stories. Why not just ghost someone and be done with it? Why bother sticking around this capacity? Is it just to keep someone in your back pocket? Not changing my mind about blocking them. I feel like if you're not willing to be an active participant in my life, you shouldn't have the privilege to only have a virtual voyeur relationship with my content. But I'm very curious to hear a male perspective on this. I also want to note, I'm friends with many guys I've gone out with on Facebook, etc. I've occasionally creeped on them or just kept them as Facebook friends. That doesn't bother me. I expect they creep my profile too. Everyone does that. I feel like it is different when you seem to be actively avoiding someone, but you're willing to interact on their social media. I totally agree.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's funny because like a lot of the posts that I see when I'm looking for questions on Reddit and shit, it's like people are like, guy doesn't want to see me again, but he watches all of my Instagram stories. And I'm like, look, I watch everyone on my Instagram stories because I obsessively just want to clear the fucking thing. So like,
and that was like literally the first thing I was gonna say is that like when I wake up in the morning and I'm just too tired to get out of bed, but I know if I go back asleep, I will miss my alarm.
Yeah.
I've got that like sweet 5 minutes, which ends up sucking because I don't do anything productive. I look at my phone, I don't have any messages, or I have one or two, and once I reply to them, it's Instagram. I'm like, I rapid fire through everything,
Yeah.
and I will stop if there's a cute dog, if you're my brother or my sister, or if you're one of the few people that I either, one, actually like and enjoy their content, or the one or two people who are so fucking dumb that I can't skip their stuff because it's
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah, and it's like,
And I'm sure there's people out there who are like, this motherfucker watches everything I post.
he sees every story that it's like, no, I
Pretty
just
much, yeah.
like 9 times out of 10, it's because I'm waiting for a load screen in a video game, and I just need something to kill that like 30 seconds.
Yeah. And it kills me every time I do it because I'm like, I don't see any good shit, but I still do it. And it's a habit I can't break. However, that's not what this guy's doing. This guy's doing worse shit because he's not only doing that, but it's the occasional, you look real sexy.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it's one thing to spam through stuff that like gives you a notification that you saw it, but just kind of like there's no real
Contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like to actually go and like or comment on a
Yeah.
video or a post or whatever,
But then to continue
and then
ignoring
and then not respond to texts.
I don't know what is going on here.
And like, the only thing I can think of is he's like, when he's sending those messages, he's either drunk, you know what I mean, drunk and horny, and is like
Yeah.
trying to get that booty call, and he thinks that
Yeah.
this is the way to do it.
And that's the thing. I think
Because
a lot
it's
of
like
guys,
an immediate,
yeah.
like he's, you know what I mean, he's on his phone and he's seen a picture of you and he's like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, he's like throwing the dice because he's wondering if maybe it'll just end up on the 20 and you'll be like, hey, I also want to have sex right now. And he's like, yes, because I think some people watch too much porn, and that's basically what happens in porn is one thing happens and then you're just fucking. So I think a lot of guys think that's how life works. So they'll like shrug and be like, I'll just send this message, or I'll just like this picture, or like, and then they're like, oh, no sex? Damn it.
Yeah, and like it could also be, again, I don't want to put high rise on blast or anything, but like it depends on like what your past relationship with those people are. Like if she's ever booty called him, it might be one of those things where like he just kind of assumes that's the relationship, right? But I'm going to assume not, because like she strictly said it was like she went on a few dates. You know what I mean? And man,
But like also, I don't know, like maybe I think why people kind of keep that thing going is like maybe it makes them feel better that they have like a potential partner still in their vicinity, even if it's not actually potential, but like the contact and the seeing them makes them feel like it's potential.
yeah, sort of that like,
You know,
I'm
it's
peripheral. It's like I had a chance with her, and I'm just gonna keep her like
Yeah, or
on the
even-
peripheral to.
it's just
you
like
know,
you're not gone. You're still
Yeah.
like you still exist, right? It's like if you're not on Facebook, it's that thing that kids have where like you hide it behind your back and it's gone.
object permanence.
Object permanency, yeah. So it's like for them, they're scared that someone's gonna put you behind their back and they won't see you anymore, and then fuck, you're gone, and they've no chances ever, and they're a sad person by themselves. Whereas if they can still see you, you're still you're still in their sphere, right? You're still orbiting, and I think that's what's even called, right? You're still there, like you exist, and that's like a little boost and a little bit of hope, you know. And maybe they feel like if they send you those 8 sexy, like you sexy, over like 10 months, then maybe in month 11 the stars will align and you'll be like, whoo, thank God I sent those 8 you're sexy messages and liked those really old pictures, because if I hadn't, they'd be gone and I'd be a
maybe
lonely
they're banking
boy.
on that, like hoping that one day you'll be the drunk one,
Yeah, like
and we'll like, you know what I mean. You'll message at the perfect time and be like, fuck it, why not?
yeah, I think it's like it's all about hope and love. No, it's just like people like to make themselves feel better, and flatteringly, you're so sexy that's what they're doing. They're like, the fact that you even exist near me makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah, like unfortunately, a lot of like modern dating, when it comes to social media, it all comes like manipulation, and like, you know what I mean. It's a manipulation of self, where you know you want to project yourself as better than you are, or at least like the best aspects of yourself, while like cutting out anything else.
Yeah.
But then also like curating sort of this, like you said, sort of like this potential, you know, menagerie of sexual partners, regardless of like the actual possibility of sleeping with them to sort of like accumulate a Instagram's worth of attractive women that you know who post maybe attractive pictures or whatever, to then be like, this is my shopping catalog. And like, you might not be able to afford anything in that catalog, but like you still look through it.
Open dream.
You can still flip through it and be
Those
like,
pages are well worn.
yeah, it's like one day I might be, if I save up enough,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And like, I think that's sort of like what these orbiters are doing.
Yeah.
And it's,
I would love to know how. Well, I guess he was the one who ghosted, right?
yeah,
So
and that's the
that's-
other thing. It's like, if it's weird.
Well, okay.
It's weird to have the opportunity.
What if it's lingering guilt over ghosting, and he feels like he's a good guy then because he occasionally is like, "You're sexy," and he's like, "Oh look, I'm a good person because yeah, I might ghosted you, but I'm still nice and friendly and complimentary."
Or is it regret?
Also, yeah, maybe he's like, "Shit."
But it's weird that like, if
Either way, he there's something he feels like he's achieving with this, you know. And I think like we could brush off if it was just like, you know, views on an Insta story, but it's the comments on the likes.
That's the thing.
what changes this.
when you go from sort of like a passive viewer to a active
Semi-active,
participant,
yeah. But what I love is how he's acting like Instagram is one world and the real life is a different world. We're
Well, I
like,
mean-
oh, sorry, we only communicate on Instagram. In real life, I don't reply to you. Remember?
a lot of
like,
people
that
do
doesn't
that
make
though,
sense.
like where they just sort of like will feed you one. Like I remember there was a girl that like, she's one of those people who was always like, we need to go get drinks, and then it would, you know, I'd be like, hey, cool, like what, I'm free tonight,
Yeah.
what are you doing? She's like, oh, sorry, I'm super, and it's like, all right, cool, like I wasn't really bothered, but
Yeah.
but it would be one of those things where like, on the rare occasion where we'd actually make plans, it would be like, oh, I'm really sorry, like, you know, I'm getting hit at school or I have to work or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's like, and then on Instagram you see them like at a bar, and it's just like, you know I can see this.
I'm
right?
honestly not sure that people realize this, like that people actually can see their Instagram stories at this point. Like I think it's become so common that people have just divorced the fact that it is visible to people from existence, because I have people in work all the time call in sick, and it's like the manager's just there playing their Instagram story like they're out having fucking drinks, and I can
Yeah.
see it. Like,
We had a girl at work who was like, she called in and she like did the whole like fake cough and the groans and the like, she's like, I'm heading into the emergency room because I think like my like appendix is bursting or something like that. Like,
which
it
is
was,
why I'm coughing.
it was like a whole like fucking production.
Yeah.
And then,
And she came in for drinks later on.
no, she fucking had like a 19 fucking video story of her at like some outdoor festival and like doing like, you know, just chugging bottles
Yeah.
of vodka and shit. And we're just like, your friend is a manager here.
Yeah.
And she's the one that got you the job.
Yeah.
You stupid idiot.
That's the thing, is like, if you're gonna do that, at least have the common sense to not rub it in someone's face. Like,
Yeah.
because you're not even just like, oh shit, I shouldn't have. You're literally just slapping them across the face with it.
It's so very, very social media. Like I would love to know what dating was like prior to this.
I know.
Because like I didn't like other than in like high school. You know what I mean? But even
like,
then
high
it was
school
like,
was always fucking weird.
yeah. But even then, like there was that fucking, I can't remember what the hell it was. Not MySpace, but there was like a
Bebo.
no.
We had Bebo in Ireland.
Fuck, I think it was like Nexopia, something like that. And it was like you had like a profile and like
Penguin Club Penguin.
no.
I know that's how you got all your first girlfriends.
Habbo Hotel. You don't know Habbo Hotel? It was like a
I thought you were gonna say something about Harambe and it took me back, and now I'm real sad.
no. Sorry.
Big up. God
Yeah,
bless
no.
Harambe.
Social media has just absolutely fucked
Yeah.
everyone and everything. So my advice here is for Asian High Rise. You did the right thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know
I
what
think
mean? Like,
blocking them is like, fuck it, they don't deserve you.
Yeah, and there's like there should be no reward for people who like you don't get to
Like, have
like
your cake and eat
avoid
it.
someone and then also get to experience their life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It would be like a deadbeat dad who like, or like a deadbeat parent who's walked out on their kid and then like 18 years later is just like, tell
Adds
me
them on
your
Facebook.
story.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I'm still your dad. It's like, well, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think this is entirely, and like, yeah, I think it's hard enough to do. Like, I do feel bad about blocking people on social media unless it's like, you know, real if it's like a real incident went down. Other than that, I do feel like, so there's a bunch of people on my Instagram, my Facebook that like I couldn't really give a shit about or don't really like, or things went badly, but you feel, or at least I feel sometimes like you seem petty or you seem like you took it to whatever.
That's the thing.
So there's a lot of people I don't, and like mostly it doesn't matter, but sometimes I see people like, ooh. And honestly, the people I've blocked are very rare. One, because they were just so annoying and stupid.
I'm in blocking season right now. Game of Thrones has started.
Oh yeah.
And the second anyone says anything, I like someone posted a thing, like as it was like they were like live tweeting Game of Thrones.
Why?
But it wasn't. It was like on Facebook, and someone was just like, "I can't believe this character just did this with this," and I was like, "Are you fuck?" Like I've seen the episode, but I was like, at what point in time, like. Just think for fucking 2 seconds. They'll post fucking spoilers.
Yeah.
So I was just like, the second anyone posts anything about Game of Thrones, I just block them and unfollow them.
I have a friend on Instagram who literally was filming it as it happened and put that in their story, which of course I scanned through. So I was like,
yeah.
Like why? Just don't be a dick. How about that? But also, back to my point, it's awesome that you are able to go ahead and like just block someone because they don't fucking deserve that shit. And like. Also, who gives a fuck if they do think anything about it? Because they don't deserve to think anything about it.
Yeah, so. It's a healthy. I know a lot of people might think
it's a self-respect thing. It's
I think a lot of people might think that like blocking, like you said, like kind of feels petty or whatever. But like,
I always feel like they would think that.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I don't want to give them the satisfaction of that, but in reality, and again, I have gotten a lot better at it. It doesn't fucking matter. These people don't mean shit.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a real good move to just be like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm over it. And like you don't get to be a part of this anymore.
Yeah.
You had your chance. I made enough effort.
Yeah.
And you fucked it over. So like
no more eye candy for you.
Yeah.
Bye.
And then for people who do this,
and watch, I will bet you, and you're gonna need to tell us if this happens. Now that you've blocked them, when are you getting the text?
Oh, you're getting a text for sure.
You're getting that text within a month.
Hey,
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, within a month. Or like, this is just so crazy, but like, I couldn't find you on Insta the other day.
Yeah, or like,
you off
hey,
it?
What happened with us?
Yeah,
that's
something
what I got.
100%.
That's what I got so many fucking times from girls who would like, who I would try to make plans with, and like maybe I'd hook, like we'd have a first date, we'd hook up, and then like they'd ghost me or whatever, and then like, 2 months later, you'd be like, hey, so what happened with us? It's like, well, you didn't answer any of my texts for like 2 weeks, so I decided I was over this shit.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite is one I've been getting, like, and I had never gotten it before, and I think maybe it was because I didn't actually have Instagram back in the day, but like I get these messages like, you still with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you have me on Instagram. All I post about is me and her doing shit. It's like, no fucking shit. Like, go away.
It's such a weird.
But like, it's funny because that, like, imagine if I was like, hey, you still with your boyfriend? Everyone would be like, what a creep. That's not cool. And like, yeah, they'd be right. But it seems to be okay for girls to be like, hey, you still with your girlfriend? And no one's like, whoa.
Yeah, I've had people who have been just like, you still with whatever her name is?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, don't be a bitch.
Yeah, it's like, even if I wasn't, this level of like pettiness, like I don't want any part of this. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Agent High Rise.
That's you. You're next.
I read that one.
Oh, you did. Fuck.
I can do one. I think my favorite submitted question.
You know what really pisses me off? The Google Drive and the Google Home icon look almost exactly the same, so I keep going to my fucking Google Home. All right, here we go. This comes from Reddit user Adorably Oblivious. How would you feel if you were out on a first date and she said she didn't think... Whoa.
This is why I read the first one.
Yeah. How would you feel if you were out on a first date and she said she didn't think you were compatible, but you would probably be great for a friend? Would you be okay with it and willing to see the friend, or be weirded out or insulted, or none of the above?
I don't think I'd really care.
There is like a caveat here. I was going to skip it, but she says, assume the friend is equally hot based on pictures she shows you.
Well, that's the thing. I'd be asking for pics firstly.
Yeah.
It would be,
how good is her personality?
Of course, yeah. Like, what? No. I would think it was really weird. I would be, like, I would have my bemused smile on, like where I'd just be like, this is happening. Okay, sure, let's see where that goes. Because that'd be fucking strange. But at the same time, I don't really care. It's a first date. I have no vested interest in you. If you're honest enough to be like, hey, I don't really see this going anywhere, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you're saying your friend, like, wants to, like, fuck it, yeah, I'll give it a shot, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I think it would be funny.
Yeah, I mean,
and
like, I picked this because I've gone through this.
Yeah.
One as, like, the person who is, I don't want to say passed on, but, like, the one who is, like, referred.
Referred.
And the one who has been referred. Like, so
Yeah.
I went on a date, and I was kind of feeling it, but, like, I could tell she wasn't. And we just sort of, like, we had that moment where we had finished our drinks, and we were just sort of like, I was like, want to go to another place? And she's like, for sure, I'm having a good time, but just so you know, not feeling that spark. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. And then we ended up just, like, going and having a bunch of drinks and having a good time.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, ceased to be a date from that point on.
Yeah.
And at one point she was just like, I have a friend that I think you would really get along with. And she showed me a picture. I was just like, yeah, like, I'm down. Like,
That's the thing is, like,
if she's in, like, if she, like, I don't want to be the weird guy being like, but if you think this is a good match, then like, yeah, put her in, like, here's you have my number.
Yeah.
Give her my number. I'm going to leave it in her court. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be that guy being
guy
like,
just texts her
hey,
an
so
hour.
I just went on a date with your friend, and she said that you might like me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that's a bit
Super
weird.
weird.
But, like, if you want to, like, pass your experience and my number on to her, by all means.
Like,
Like,
balls
I'm
in her
down.
court if she wants to message you. Again,
Yeah.
it's like, you've probably been shown a picture by this person, and like, other than that, it's actually probably better than Tinder because you've seen a picture and you have a real person telling you actual things, as opposed to just like, if you want a queen, earn her. If you want a whore, buy her. Which is, you know, it's going to be every white girl's fucking Tinder thing right now.
Yeah.
No spoilers. I was going to comment on it, but I can't. Yeah, no, I don't think I give a shit. Again, it's like, it's a first date. I'm not going to be offended that you don't like me, or like in that sense, you know? And honestly, it's kind of also a compliment if they don't want to get with you, but they're like, hey, my friend, I think
Yeah.
you. Like, that's also a compliment. So, like, I don't think you
probably
can.
one of the biggest compliments to be like, you're not my flavor, but
Yeah, this person.
one of my friends, like someone
know,
that
and
I
also
I
I
care
care
about.
about,
Yeah. Like, I'm
I
going
feel like a lot of people care about their friends more than they care about themselves necessarily, right? Because
or
like, you'll
their
go
fucking
out.
first dates. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly. You'll go out and you'll hammer back like disgraceful amounts of alcohol, but if you see your friend doing it, you're like, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
Should I look after you? Have some water. You're not going to get yourself water.
Yeah.
So, like, you have a higher, you know, I like a caring protocol versus your friends. So if someone's willing to fucking throw you to them, yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
a pretty good compliment.
And also, like, what's
And-
the worst case that
Yeah,
happens?
worst
Like,
case, you have a hilarious story.
yeah, and like maybe you go on this date and it doesn't work out, and it's like, okay, cool. Then
Then she's like, I have a friend. And you're like, oh my, and it never ends.
yeah, you just keep literally.
Oh, maybe all their friends just want free drinks.
Devious.
They live in like an artist commune, and that's the only way they do it. They're like, shit, we gotta get a boy, then we gotta refer him to all of us, and then we can pick another boy, and then we can just get drunk and make paintings.
Yeah, maybe.
We've all done it.
Just do it the modern way and pay for your half and make her pay for hers. Yeah, just give it a go. Why not?
Yeah, no, I don't think that at all. I think that would be really amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like worst case, you've gone on a date that like doesn't
Yeah.
pan out, which you just did. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Or best case, you hit it off with this
person's,
person.
like, legit cool, yeah.
Yeah. And then you could be like, oh yeah, we met on Tinder, but like not
Yeah, and then you have a really funny story.
not each other.
Yeah.
Actually, I met her friend on Tinder.
And then she's going to have the best bridesmaid speech.
yeah.
Because she's going to be like, well, guess what?
Hey, guess
I
what?
dated him first.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. The family are going to get a kick out of that one. Okay, you ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, so this is good friend of the show, Eric. But he also wants an agent name. So he is going to be
Agent Ocelot.
Agent Ocelot. I like it. All right, and he says, hey, fuck buddies. I, 26-year-old gay male, have been in an Sorry, I'm reading this all backwards.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's contagious.
I know it is.
I've
Okay.
infected you.
Hey, fuck buddies. I, 26-year-old gay male, have been in an off and on casual friends with benefits situation for the better part of a year. This guy and I get along super well. There's no strings attached. We have a bunch of mutual friends who I just happen to work with. Sounds great, right? Well, wrong. there are two issues with the sexual part of the equation. First of all, he gets super hard. And that doesn't sound like a problem, but so hard to the point that's more like getting stabbed by a wooden inanimate object in the anus than actual penis. To top it off, the number 2 issue is his climax. When he orgasms, he climaxes, like shaking, moaning, almost seizing all over the place. This lasts off and on for about 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I just lay there, not knowing what to do, twiddling my thumbs, naked and afraid. Like, to put in perspective, he can't even talk when this is happening. Almost seems like it gets painful after a couple of minutes. And we have never talked about this strange issue. So my question for the two of you, A, what the hell do I do about his solid rock penis? And B, how can I speak to him about his orgasm affliction without embarrassing him or making him feel weird? And my favorite question, what do I do while this is happening? Comfort him, stare at the ceiling, get dressed and leave. Help!
Just start breezing through your Instagram stories.
Well, then everyone's going to think he's orbiting. Okay, I'm going to go with that one first, this question, because it's my favorite one. What does he do when this is happening? He's got 5 minutes of a person seizing and not paying him any attention.
Here's the thing. Fuck that question.
No, it's the best question.
Here's my question. Is he feeling the feeling of an orgasm for 5 minutes? Has this man just sort of like figured out
the thing
how
is,
to have the highest amounts of sex?
maybe, one thing I am incredibly jealous. Secondly, is he part pig?
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, don't pigs orgasm for like 10 minutes or some
I think
bullshit?
they orgasm for like an hour or some
Yeah.
mad shit. Yeah.
So like,
maybe instead of figuring this out, you unlock his secrets.
yeah.
Like, unless
I don't think this is an affliction. I think this is a blessing. Unless he is actually in pain. In
Yeah.
which case, I don't ever want to be in pain when I come.
What if his dick muscles just cramp every time he comes? And he's just, like, when you get, like, a Charlie horse?
Maybe he doesn't have a dick, but instead
A wooden
has a very,
implement?
a very strong third leg.
Oh, and he just gets a Charlie horse.
Charlie horse,
That would explain why it's so hard.
It's so hard,
Oh
yeah.
my god. Okay, but back to...
Maybe he's...
We're gonna get to all those things. First
we just
off,
opened a lot of doors.
There are too many. First off, what do you do while he's seizing? And my idea of this, I have 2. That's 4.
That's 4.
Firstly, I think for science, and please report back, you have to figure out how out of it he is. Right? So
Yeah,
like,
is he like
is he still
dentist,
there? Or,
like just had his wisdom teeth removed?
Yeah. So-
Post-operation?
I say you do all the classics of parties, right? So you draw a mustache on him while he's seizing. You tie his shoelaces together.
Put shoes on him first.
Put shoes on.
Or maybe carry...
Well, that was my second.
So here's okay, we're gonna switch back to this leg theory. Does his dick have shoes on?
Is that why they're so hard?
Because that could be an indication that it's actually a leg.
Yeah, does he, instead of wearing condom, wear a shoe? Because if that's the case...
Just like those shower slippers?
Yeah. But second option, buckaroo. You pile as much things on him and see how long you can last until he bucks them all off.
Yeah.
Either by him
That's like
waking
hard
up.
mode because he's fucking seizing,
Well, that's the
right?
thing. But I don't know if it's like gentle, like, or like, you know? So it could either be that, like, it's hard to balance them on him, or by the time he's done, he will just toss them all off and be like, the fuck? I think we need to know just, like, how far gone is he? Like, how much can you get away with? You know? Mustache? Silly faces? Shoe him and then tie them together?
I think fuck me. I'm trying to think what I would do. I mean, like, I've been with women who like have very long lasting orgasms.
Yeah.
None
that were 5 minutes.
No.
But also at least
like,
like with women that's expected to a degree.
But you know what I mean? Like, you can go into sort of like cuddle mode.
Mm-hmm.
Rub his back, like rub his thigh,
Kiss
like
his neck.
Yeah, just sort of like ease him into it. You know what I mean? Like,
Also,
pretend he's
maybe
coming
a little
down from a
light,
bad trip.
Maybe a little light teasing, depending on how intense it is.
Yeah, just like maybe just a real gentle stroke.
Yeah,
like, man,
just hold that dick.
When that happens, like that happens to me, like a gentle stroke after I've come, like even if it's like 2 minutes afterwards, it's just like.
Well, that's the thing. It can't be too much, but a little bit can do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't like actually jerk him off. Like he's done.
Or
the
is he?
boy is done.
He's an anomaly. I don't know if he's done.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe he's like hit his first wall,
Yeah,
and he like
that's step
needs,
one, and he's
like
waiting for you to just
like,
jackhammer him
yeah,
through.
maybe he's trying to like get through that last wall
Maybe-
to like Pleasure Town.
Maybe he's just like a sex god, and he can just like, I don't know, man. He hasn't even reached his final form.
Oh man, yeah, maybe he's like, yeah.
You don't know. We need to like.
I would. I
Operate
mean,
on.
like, I think my first question, if anyone was doing this, would be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Are you okay?"
Well, that's part two of the question is how do we bring it up? I would be
Ask
like,
him if he's okay.
I'd be like, look, I'm interested. Like, do you literally just come for that long? Like, that's crazy. And maybe he's like, oh no, I'm in massive amounts of pain. And then you're like, oh no.
yeah, I mean,
Maybe it's
I've asked my like
Yeah.
female partners, being like,
There are
You
times
good?
where you're
Like,
like,
do you need some water?
I can't tell if this was incredible or horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I need to call an ambulance or give myself a medal. Like, which one is it?
yeah. I mean, I used to
Sometimes
sleep
both.
with a girl who would say no when she was like coming, and I would like obviously stop. And she was like, no. This is just what I say. And we ended up like, I was like, okay, well, then we need another word that you can say
Instead
if
of
you
that.
want to stop.
I used to sleep with a guy, I'd just be like, fucking bitch. It was great.
Callbacks. Yeah, I think it's totally fair to ask him if he's okay. Like, if it looks like he's seizing, I don't think anyone could hold it against you if
Yeah.
you're like, hey man, are you all right?
You could also, if you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, just be like, hey, that seemed really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll probably be like, yeah, it was, or not. Or just be like, yo, do you come for that long? Like, I'm jealous. Or anything, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like you've slept with them more than once, you can 100% ask this question.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the hard dick.
I mean, this is tough for me because I don't have any metric to...
The thing is it related? Maybe his dick is so hard that it just gets harder and harder and harder, and then, like,
But I imagine
it
there's
tries to take over his body at the end, and that's the seizing. It's like it's trying to inflict that hardness on everything else, and he's fighting to keep his limbs from seizing up. And maybe it's rigor mortis. Does he have a dead dick?
Oh, he's got like a lich dick.
Yeah.
Some sort of like... Maybe it's... You know that movie where the guy like gets a serial killer's hand?
Mhm.
I don't remember what it's called, but like there was that like movie in the...
Evil Dead or Ash and the Evil Dead?
No. It's... fuck. It was... I think Seth Green was in it.
I don't know. Was James McAvoy in it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure James McAvoy's in it. I think he was playing Seth Green.
The thing
as,
is, you can't tell.
Yeah,
He could be.
he was
in
the hand.
Every movie.
Yeah, but like maybe he had like, maybe he's got like a serial killer's dick. Like maybe there was a tragic dick accident. He lost his dick, and they were like, "Well, this guy just died, and he's got a perfectly good dick," and they did a dick transplant, and now that dick is trying to kill him, and you.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, that could make sense. Now on to more practical aspects of.
I appreciate that.
Hey, so we've all cooked here, right? We've all made some food in the kitchen, right? Right?
Yes.
So you want to tenderize that meat? You put some acid on it, right? A little bit of vinegar. You leave it. It soaks into the meat. It breaks it up a little bit. It makes it a little bit softer. And you just gotta like glaze his dick in a bit of red wine vinegar, a little bit of balsamic.
Or get that hammer that's got the spikes.
No. Hey,
Hey, if we're talking about tenderizing meat,
Yeah, but we're gonna do it in the inflict some acid on it route, not the brute trauma. No, seriously, you just like put it in a little Tupperware container, put his dick in the fridge for a little bit, let the red wine vinegar soak in. It'll taste great, and it'll tenderize it just a little bit.
yeah,
Honestly, you know what? I think if Agent Ocelot wasn't so sexy, maybe he wouldn't be so hard. So think about that.
yeah.
Think about that. It's your fucking fault. And you're coming to us with fucking for answers, and you're just so sexy?
How dare you?
Fucking
How dare you?
How dare just stink of sexiness. Yeah, I don't know if we could make him less hard. But yeah, I would ask him, like, double check that it is actually great. And if he has some secret, please pass it on, because I would love a 5-minute orgasm. That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, it might be one of those things where you're just like, I would love it, and then you'd have it, and you're like, this is terrible.
Yeah, maybe. I would also say, and this I think is the best advice I can give anybody. Don't give him roadhead when he's driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, or if he's like operating maybe like a forklift.
Anything.
Or any sort of
like,
heavy machinery.
Never let this man become a pilot, because like, what are you going to do when you're bored in the air for 8 hours?
Yeah, jerk off. Mm-hmm. If you try to tell me that pilots aren't like just fucking 90% of the time.
Why do you think their suits are white?
Yeah, like they're jerking off in that cockpit.
Well,
Why do you think it's called
called
cockpit? There's an autopilot. They literally
invented
do
that.
not have a reason to be there other than a private. Well, not private. It's like a co-op jerk off fest.
Mm-hmm. Well, initially,
I don't know how we got there, but we got there.
All right.
Pilots are masturbation fiends.
Yep.
This is by Reddit user Stripe 2019. Should I be concerned?
Probably.
So every morning that I sleep over at my boyfriend's, the first thing he does is turn his back to me and check his Snapchats and Facebook Messenger. I'll reach over to grab my phone because it's charging in the same place, and he'll immediately go back to the home screen of his phone. He also doesn't like me sleeping on that side of the bed. It would put me between him and his phone. He's really sweet, but it's just bothering me. Should I be concerned, or am I overthinking this?
You know what? I can see both sides of this.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I do the same thing. When I wake up,
we've already established that
I don't
we have
go on
this weird
Snapchat because
Instagram
I don't use it, but like,
yeah,
I do go on Instagram and just sort of like
yeah,
see what people got up to last night. Why not?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. It's like, I think. Okay, no, you keep going.
There is also sort of like, I wouldn't want Amanda to look over. Like, if I'm just going through fucking Snapchat, I wouldn't want Amanda to wake up and like look over and I'm looking at like some girl's stupid fucking like model photos. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Because like it looks bad, and there's always that sort of like initial, like if I looked over at her and she was looking at like
some
dude,
dude,
some dude like just curling like 50s or whatever, I'd be like, huh,
see,
cool, I guess.
The thing is, I don't think I'd really care, but I totally get where you're coming from, because I would worry that they would care.
Yeah.
Right? And like, I know I would understand. I would look at what they're doing and be like, I understand how that could look bad, and I would like laugh it off my head and be whatever, because like, I'm pretty sure at this point everybody in the world has at least a friend or two who's gonna be like, going out tonight, and it's like the big like tit fucking like snapshot, or like the guy in the gym just like benching, or like, you know, something that if someone's looking at the wrong time can look bad. And like, again, I'm pretty sure we're not the only people with the Instagram fucking compulsion where you just go through these pictures.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody wants to accidentally click on that one wrong friend and have it look like while they're asleep you're just like, oh yeah, Darla, oh yeah. However, alternatively, it could be that he had a previous girlfriend who would get upset if, for example, even if it was a girl, let alone a girl in skimpy clothing or whatever, because I 100% have had that. Like, there were times when like a friend of mine who's female would message me, and I would feel bad opening it because I had a previous ex who was a fucking lunatic who would be like, oh my God, who are you fucking messaging? Like, blah, blah, blah. And like, you learn to feel like that's a bad behavior. And like, the irony is you act more suspicious by like not wanting, you know, it's weird.
I know. I'm sort of the same way with like video games. Like, my first real girlfriend hated them. Mm-hmm. So like, I pretty much only ever played when she wasn't home. And, and it was like one of those things where I was just like, the second I heard that key in the door, doesn't matter what I was doing in that video game, it was off. Because like, I didn't want
you didn't want to get
that
shit.
fucking fight. That, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it's easier.
And like, so for the longest time, like, and even now with like Amanda, she doesn't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like, if I'm playing and I'm ignoring her, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's one thing. But like, if I'm just, you know, popping on before work or whatever, like, she doesn't give a shit. She's doing her own thing. Yeah. But like, there's still that part of me that has that sort of like nervous, like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Like, I'm going to get in trouble for this, despite the fact that I'm a grown ass man. I can have a hobby that I'm going to do for like 2 hours.
I get that. Like, I'll get a text off Adam while we're watching a movie, and I'll like answer it and put it down. And I have that little like, because again, my ex is like, who are you fucking texting? Like, and again, it could be a dude. It could be someone we're both friends with, and that wouldn't matter. She would still be upset. And like, it's shitty how those things get ingrained, right? Yeah. Or he could just be cheating on her.
I mean, that's also a fucking option. Like,
you know what? Like, that was a throwaway joke just to completely switch it up. But like, you know what? I feel like there are a lot of reasons why people might be like that, and if you don't really have any reason to be suspicious or be upset or whatever, like there's only two ways to be in a relationship, and it's either you trust them or you're not in a relationship.
Yeah.
There's no in between, and there's nothing wrong if you trust someone and it turns out your trust was misplaced, because you didn't do anything wrong. You still are great, and like you shouldn't let that be an issue. That's their fucking fault that they suck.
Yeah.
So like that's all you got to do is literally trust someone up until the moment you know they're not trustworthy, and then be happy that you were still a cool person and move on and do it again.
Absolutely.
Because there is no in between.
It's one of my favorite things you ever said. I don't know what to say. If it really bothers you, you can definitely ask him and just be like, hey, like, why do you close your screen every time I start to look over? And it might be one of those things. Like, he might just be like, sorry, I used to date a girl who lost her mind.
Yeah.
If he acts shady, then like maybe that's something worth investigating.
Yeah.
Or at least being like, hey, it makes me sort of like really insecure that that like anytime I look over at your phone, you close your screen.
Yeah.
You have to understand that seems suspicious to me, and it's not that I don't trust you, but like it's
you're
I
don't
exhibiting.
think anybody can like know they do that and not be like, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
and if he then causes a big fucking fuss, you could be like, why are you getting so weird about this?
Yeah,
and again,
it's very easy as long as you stay sort of like level, like. Do your best to not, because unfortunately it's very easy for guys or for people who are manipulative to turn around being like you're being crazy, you're being jealous, you're being this, you're being that. So I think it's very like if you keep it about you, and not accusatory.
Yeah, I don't think accusatory is ever. Well, it's not the way to go in this situation for sure. But if you just be like, look, imagine if every time you looked at my phone, I turned it off. Like you'd get that way too, right? So like. Just like fucking talk to me. And like if you stay calm and talk to them, like if they blow up and they just refuse to talk about it and they're being weird, even if there's not something going on, I don't think you want to date that person.
That's the thing.
Anyway,
you can
right?
just be like, look, I'm just trying to have an honest discussion about how I feel and like what's going on here. And you're getting so defensive and you're getting so aggressive and you're getting sort of like dismissive of my feelings, and,
like,
even it kind
if
of
you
sucks. Like I
aren't doing anything, this is a problem now.
Yeah, 100%. So I think it's definitely worth something to address. I don't think it's something that you kind of like, because there are some things that you can just kind of be like, that's just a quirk. That's just a thing. Yeah. This is one of those things where
if you're like legitimately concerned, you do have to bring it up, and don't just like underhandedly like make jabs or like you like let that make you upset and express it in different ways. Like don't internalize it, just like bring it up.
Yeah, you have to be very straightforward, very sort of like level-headed, and just be like, you know what, every time I look over, you turn your phone off, it makes me insecure, or it makes me like feel kind of shitty.
Yeah, or it's just like I feel like it's one of those things where if I did it, you wouldn't be happy, so like you can see where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah. And then just gauge that conversation.
It's also possible he thinks you're asleep, and then when you wake up, he doesn't want to be rude and on his phone, so he like gets out and is like, oh hey, you're awake. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So definitely address it, and good luck.
This is from Reddit user Mind Over Dick.
Oh God.
Ever have girls catcall you? Some girl yelled hey at me out of her car with her girlfriends last night. Space. Does it mean I'm sexy? I've taken to looking pretty. Walking around and taking note of how many ladies look in my direction. Ego stroking is bad, but it's good to do field experiments just to see how objectively you stack up.
Can I just ask you, is this from the seduction subreddit?
Oh, you tell me.
Yes, it is.
It 100% is.
So here's my thing.
Answer the question right now.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
1, have you ever been catcalled by a girl?
Absolutely.
Secondly, does this mean he's sexy?
Probably. At least to them.
A hey?
Well, I mean, like, if a girl yells out a car window as they're driving by, it probably means you either look ridiculous or you...
Thing is, he has taken to looking pretty and walking around. Both of those things are an indicator.
I'm just saying.
No, it's the weirdest way of...
Yes,
like, this whole thing is written, like, so weird.
Holy shit, yeah, he's double spacing his fucking lines there.
Yeah. And no punctuation, apart from question mark, when, does it mean I'm sexy? Like, no punctuation, nothing, and just, I've taken to looking pretty. How does one take to looking pretty? Also,
Maybe it means he's
really,
taking care of himself. For
It's
once.
also
Maybe
a really
he was a slob
strange
before.
way for a man to express that he's looking well. I don't know many men who say pretty.
Yeah, he could not be a native English speaker.
Maybe. I don't know. I love it. I just love everything about this question.
Yeah, you know what? For as far as the seduction subreddit, I think this is sort of like one of its most pure questions, like one of its more innocent questions.
Oh, we can go to the comments if you want.
Oh no, please don't.
Do you know what an IOI is, Dane?
No.
It's an indicator of interest. So this girl is just blaring IOIs at his sexy man butt just from across the road.
Yeah, but think of it like
The seduction
flip
Reddit
the situation.
makes me want to kill myself.
How many times do you think our girlfriends have had guys yell out their car windows, "Hey girl," or "Hey,"
Oh, like a million times?
right? And why do you think they do that? Because
'Cause
they take
they
to looking
horny.
pretty.
Because they horny. The boys. Well,
Probably
them
also
too.
our girls.
Yeah, everybody's horny.
But no, I think like I don't know.
You know what? There's two reasons why you would yell at someone out of a car. There's three, I guess. One is because you find them just so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Two is because you've been put up to it by your friends.
Ooh.
You succumb to a little peer pressure.
Yeah.
And three is because you find it funny. Like you've done it maybe because your friends don't want you to do it, and you're doing it just to make them uncomfortable.
Yeah, true.
'Cause they're the one that has to stop at that red light and have this boy who, let's be fair, has in fact taken to looking pretty and walking around, walk by and preen a little as you frantically wait for the light to turn green.
Yeah.
They're the three reasons. Like people yell at the car for a variety of reasons. I don't think there's anything wrong with him taking this as a little pet.
Well, my issue with the question is when he says ego stroking is wrong or something, right? Like what
It's
is
bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Like when I'm feeling fucking good and I'm like strutting down fucking Queen Street
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting some head turns, like I'm eating that up.
Man, okay, so
Like
a
that's something you should bask in. If you feel good, regardless of whether or not you're getting attention.
Yeah.
If you're feeling good, like if you put on your fucking outfit and you're just like killing it
Yeah.
in your mind, regardless of what anyone else thinks, by all means, stroke that fucking ego.
Yeah, no, that's
There's
totally cool.
As long as you're
Once
not
you-
an asshole about it. As long
Once
as
you
you're
don't
not,
become an arrogant piece of shit
Yeah.
or start making other people feel bad as a result, if you're just feeling yourself, hell,
absolutely.
yeah.
Everyone should be like that.
Yeah, feel
You know what I
yourself
mean? Like
all
every
day.
day, in a perfect world, people would wake up, they'd put on what they want to wear, they look in the mirror and be like, nailed it.
All I'm saying is, you woke up like this,
Yeah.
and you great. But, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, no, I had a guy on the night bus, like, I'm sitting right beside the door. He came up and was like waiting on the door to open, like saw me, like gave me this smile. It's not like smile back, and he like gestured for me to come with him, and I was like, ooh. And he was a really hot dude, and I was like, I'd stroked my ego like a motherfucker. What was awful was that I kind of like coyly shook my head no, and it was like this nice moment, but then the doors didn't open for like a while. He was just like staring at me, and I was like, okay, this moment went too long, but it was nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had someone double take the other day when I was wearing sweatpants walking down the road. That was weird. That happened. I don't know. People are weird when you wear sweatpants. You get creeped on.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
It's weird.
It's the sexiest combo.
I know.
Were you wearing a
And the
polo shirt?
I was almost.
Damn.
Had a t-shirt but no collar. But yeah, no. Okay. There are issues with this though. Firstly, ego stroking is not bad. Again, once you don't let negatively impact yourself or others.
Yeah.
But field experiments? It's a little weird.
Well, that's like a pickup artist thing. Yeah.
But also,
I'm choosing to ignore that.
he's taking note of how many ladies look in his direction. And I feel like not necessarily the metric for,
But you know what? Maybe he's one of those guys who like never really took care of himself and never really like
You know what?
made an effort, and now
he's
he
taken
is.
to looking pretty and walking around, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be attractive. You're allowed to stroke that ego.
And I think honestly,
become a more confident, happy person as a
I
result.
think everyone, every now and then, should put on their fucking best outfit or whatever they feel the sexiest in, and just go for a walk. Why not?
Yeah, oil up a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless your sexiest outfit is like just skimpy underwear, because I think you'll get arrested.
As long as all the important bits are covered. You can, as long as your important bits are covered, you're allowed to wear. I mean, technically in Toronto, you don't even have to. You can be topless. Women can be topless.
Yeah, but
As long as your genitals are covered.
I'm just trying to help people out, because I'm pretty sure if I left in my finest man thong, I would be arrested.
No,
Probably though. I don't
you
know.
wouldn't be.
At least harassed.
Harassed.
And not in a good way.
Yes.
And not in a good way.
Harassed, yes.
I'm just saying, take care of yourselves, people.
Yes.
You took that way too seriously. But that's okay.
I'm just saying, if that's what you want to wear, if you want to go out in a fucking bikini, do it.
So to answer this question, yes, and then you sexy.
Yeah, you sexy. Get it.
Yeah. I love it.
Just get up the subreddit, the fucking
Yeah, don't...
seduction subreddit. Just
No.
treat yourself
just
to
stop.
real people.
Yeah.
Do you think we have time for one more? We have time for one more.
I have a few juicy ones, but I think you should do it. This is also from the seduction subreddit. This is from user shitcrap7. You ready?
I'm sure he's a fucking hit with the ladies.
They are in fact a lady.
Oh my god.
As a girl, how do I pick up guys in bars? Can I use the same strategies as males? Or what should I do? Don't really want to rely on just having guys approach me, because they're usually old or psychopaths anyway. I tried the only other female subreddit that exists, and I don't agree with their advice. So I ask guys.
I mean, I don't want to sound cliche or ignorant when I'm just like, if you're a moderately attractive woman, you kind of have to pick of the litter.
100%.
At least from like my experience and from what I've watched at my bar, I've seen women who I would deem as unattractive go home with dudes with minimal effort.
Yeah, like what I love is like they're going onto a male like pickup like clusterfuck. Because let's be fair,
Yeah.
the seduction subreddit is horrendous, and they're like looking at strategies and that it's just no. You literally what you need to do is not that. You need to just not play games or bullshit. Like not look and be like I need to do this and like. You just need to go and talk to someone and be like you find someone you like. You kind of just go chat with them and see if you enjoy their company as much as, like, if you both get on, and then you just fucking ask them to go home with you, or you kiss them, or you ask for their number. Or it's like, it's very simple and easier because you're not going up to a guy and they don't have in the back of their head, like, oh shit, is this person going to kill me or drag me outside or be horrendous because...
Are they going to try to drug me?
Yeah.
Like,
unless you're Cardi B, they're probably safe. So it's like you have it a lot easier because you're in the socially advantageous position of there's really
no
you want, right?
Negative connotation to women approaching men. At least not like
the only I think roadblock is that they might not be expecting it and might be like kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah,
that's the only like I literally have had people be like, this girl's like talking to me and seems really friendly, like. What am I missing here? Like, what's up? Because it's a little bit less...
What does that mean?
Yeah. Like, man, I remember the time we were in a bar and this girl wouldn't leave us alone, and then it became apparent that she wanted to stay at our houses because she missed her bus.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
To be fair, I think she also wanted more than that, but, like, it was...
It was just a very strange tactic to... It was one of her strategies.
It was her... Yeah, that's the thing. She was using strategies. Like, if you don't play games, like, if you're not, like... playing hard to get or talking to his friend to make him jealous so he'll approach you, or if you're not doing any dumb shit like that, I think you'll be fine. You just chat and you just go talk to someone and have a good time. Like there's no rocket science to it. Just be a cool person, don't play any bullshit games, and just like if it works out it does, if it doesn't it doesn't. Like it's simple.
Yeah, I really don't think, I mean there are a few changes in the rules, but like for most cases, it's like it's the same for men and women. Like
what rules?
Well, I just mean like guys have to sort of like tone. You know what I mean? Like don't touch them. Don't you know what I mean? Like there's that kind of stuff. But like I don't think a whole lot of guys would be upset if a girl came and like put her hand on your hip or like on your shoulder.
I do think
obviously again
there
like, don't
is
put them down your
limits
fucking pants
we've
because
had
like
fucking people do that shit and like don't.
But
come
I mean
on
like
that's
that's an actual crime.
Yeah,
so
don't come on like a ravenous fucking lunatic. Like like men are still people and you need to realize that. But like I think most people probably aren't that weird. I think the girls we met in those occasions were just the far end of. Yeah, I don't know, but like you still have a responsibility to treat people like a human.
like human beings.
But like if you just go up to someone and you chat, like if you see a guy in a bar and you go up and have a talk with him, I think that's pretty much all you need to do.
Yeah.
Like most guys will be like, it's the going over and approaching a girl that's like the worst part for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that is fear and like self-confidence, which yeah, it's understandable. But also a lot of it is like you don't want to go over and seem like a fucking creep or put them in an uncomfortable position or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to really worry about that, so you can just go chat to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
But
treat each other.
No strategies.
Yeah,
no
treat
bullshit.
each other like human beings, and you're good. All right, let's end this bad boy.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone who sent in questions.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Y'all are the best, and we fucking love you.
If you have a question you'd like to send to us, you can hit us up on various social medias. You can send us an email at fbuddiespodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/fbuddiespodcast. No, FCK Buddies Podcast. And you can hit us up on Twitter, FCK_buddies.
Hell yeah. If you have any thoughts on anything we've said, like if you want to add something, if you liked something, if you have a disagreement, let us know.
Yeah.
You know? Like maybe you own a dick that is in fact too hard. How do you combat that? Is my vinegar suggestion just so correct?
Or would you prefer the big spiked hammer thing?
There's definitely someone out there who's like,
That is 100%. I'm sure right now I could go on Pornhub and find just a myriad of videos of people having their dick tenderized by that thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh Eagle and the Harvest Cities, for the song Paper Stars.
All right. You know what time it is. I'm getting comfortable.
Yeah. So you know I can't read anything that doesn't have Pedenda in it anymore, right?
Is Pedenda in the next one?
No, there's no others. This is The Lemon Grove by Helen Walsh. She closes her eyes, shakes her head. We can't, she begins. His mouth is on hers. His tongue is jabbing around her gums, the wrinkled roof of her mouth. He pulls away a second time. Look at me, he says. She looks him in the eye. She reaches out and cups his balls and squeezes gently. Nathan closes his eyes, bites his lip. He steps into her, furious. And when it hits her, it slams her hard and fast as life once had. I honestly think that might be one of the worst. He steps into her? Oh my god, he has a foot dick as well.
I'm more concerned about the, like, jabbing her gums. Like,
yeah, he's jabbing her gums, and then also the wrinkled roof of her mouth, which, one, a gross image, but secondly, that, like, I don't think... Come here, give me your teeth. Let's see if I can reach your...
Yeah, you gotta, like, curve your tongue around the top teeth
but...
and just... unless you're, like, coming up, like, on a side angle.
Either
like,
way, I think that's pretty difficult.
Yeah, no, I don't think this person has... Usually I'm like, I don't know if this person has had sex.
I don't think
this person I don't think has ever been kissed.
Or fucked, because he steps into her.
Well, yes, yeah.
But again, leg dick.
Maybe it's a leg dick.
This is incredible. You pick this randomly, and there's a leg dick in it, and also it hits her. It slams her hard and fast, as life once had. It's like, wow, you fucked me like that one year when my apartment flooded.
Yeah. Poor Karen, the, like, 40-year-old divorcee who's driving, like, a 1997 Ford Taurus, living in a bachelor basement apartment.
You fucked me like my terrible childhood once did. It's a terrible, like... Yo, how hard he fuck you? As much as 2018. What was that year every celebrity died? 2017?
I don't know.
It's like, oh man, he fucked me more than 2017 did to famous people.
Yeah.
This was written by a woman.
I hate it. You know what else I hate? Dan. Hit me with it.
Are you ready for it?
Dan.
Okay, so Dan has an article, and in this, he describes how to be a challenge in a relationship. And you know what? For once, I think he would actually be good advice there. He sounds like a very challenging man.
I don't hate... My name is Dane Miller.
And I'm Al Spain.
We're your fuck buddies.
We love you.
We do love you.